It's in the era of social media dominance, where filters and editing tools allow anyone to appear flawless, the pressure to conform to unrealistic beauty standards has never been easy. Plastic surgery these days is as common as going shopping. A needle here and a needle there would only hurt a little bit compared to the unattainable beauty standards set out for women in this world. I mean, people are having Botox parties instead of tea parties these days. As beauty standards become more and more unrealistic, so does the need for plastic surgery. The plastic surgery market is currently valued at $55 billion as of now, but will reach the target of $75 billion by 2030. Society's emphasis on physical perfection is mirrored by the rise of plastic surgery. People are willing to undergo numerous treatments that range from minor tweaks, such as Botox injections, to more invasive procedures like rhinoplasty or liposuction, with the aim of attaining an image of what they consider perfect. Due to the rise of this industry, many unregistered surgeons are rising to the surface under the guise of cheap services, which has led to horror stories you would not want happening to you. Although some of these damages may be reversible, some of them cause irreversible damage. Here are 10 stories of plastic surgery gone horribly wrong. Stay tuned to the end of this video to find out about the plastic surgery horrors that cause permanent damage. Number 1. Beja Query. A TikToker recently going viral on social media caused waves as she showed her abnormally enlarged lips reaching her nostrils. As someone who had gotten her lips done twice, she had thought of it as a normal surgical procedure, nothing out of the ordinary. However, things started to go downhill as she felt a piercing pain in her lips after she was injected. Her lips started to progressively get worse over time, growing in size beyond belief. This led to the TikToker returning to the doctor to get her lip filler dissolved. This in turn led to a discourse on social media about the growing dangers of plastic surgery. Number 2. Rachel Napier. As part of a Botox party, Rachel was getting Botox done before she decided a bit of lip filler wouldn't be too bad of an idea until it was. With her lips burning and pulsating, and a size so big that her upper lip was almost touching her nose, the beautician at her friend's house had injected the injection into a major artery, causing a major blockage. Fortunately, she was able to find someone who could dissolve the filler. However, she was sworn to not get these injections again. Number 3. Catherine Roan. After being called Pinocchio by a stranger, Catherine felt the need to go to a plastic surgeon to get a nose job. She went to one of the UK's leading cosmetic surgeon agencies called Transform, where she was assigned to a surgeon flying in from Italy to perform the rhinoplasty. Catherine was ecstatic. She could finally have the nose she wanted to feel more beautiful. However, this turned into a big nightmare, as after the surgeon messed up her nose, he flew in a few times to correct it back. Each visit brought worse pain and an even worse looking nose than before. After many of these nightmarish visits, Catherine Roan decided to finally switch her doctors, unable to find any that would take up her case. After a period of waiting, she finally found a surgeon in England who was willing to help her. He used a part of her ribs and liquid from her scalp to correct her nose. Although she is now unable to sleep on her front due to a weird feeling in her ribs, she says she will still bear the cost in turn for a better looking nose than before, even if it wasn't reversible to the original. Number 4. Carol Bryan. As a model, Carol's main source of income was through her physical appearance. She then opted for beauty procedures to enhance her appearance and considered herself to be knowledgeable about the field. At the age of 47, she received dermal fillers for aging at the recommendation of her doctor. However, this turned out to be the worst decision of her life, leaving her to contemplate suicide. 2 different fillers had been combined together and injected into her face and cheeks. Within months, the procedure left her blind in her left eye and her face distorted beyond recognition. Corrective procedures made everything worse instead of better, and the former model secluded herself from the public eye for many years until her daughter convinced her to come out into the world to get help. Carol then got help from experienced professionals and has been on the path to self-love. Number 5. Priscilla Presley. Former wife to the famous singer Elvis Presley, Priscilla fell victim to a phony doctor in 2003 who had claimed his injections were better than Botox. This con artist targeted multiple A-list celebrities at luxurious cocktail parties. He gained a lot of money in charge of Lionel Richie, an American singer, musician, and actor, Diane Alexander, and Shawn Southwick, the wife of Larry King. Among other celebrities was Priscilla Presley. The Italian-American charged his high-profile clients $300 to $500 for plastic surgery in the form of cosmetic operations, which led to $1 million bank balance in this account. However, his scam could not last long, as he was exposed for using silicone that is used to lubricate car parts. These injections led to a botched procedure for Priscilla, and she underwent a corrective surgery in 2008. Meanwhile, Serrano was charged in 2004 and sentenced to 18 months in jail. He pled guilty to conspiracy, smuggling, and use of unapproved drugs in 2006 and was voluntarily deported to Argentina in 2007. To this day, she still faces the side effects of the surgery and is a victim of heavy trolling on social media. She said at the time, "To this day, I have big bags under my eyes and I'm still trying to get treated for it. It's a constant battle. I feel like I have sand in my eyes." Number 6. Kathy Griffin. Actress and comedian Kathy Griffin has undergone a few plastic surgery procedures. Trying to land an agent in Hollywood, she decided to get a nose job at the age of 26. Later, she became so obsessed with her weight and her body that she took multiple aerobics classes, starved all day, and even went to the extreme of taking diet pills. However, despite all of what she was doing, Kathy was still not satisfied and decided to take it up a notch by getting a liposuction procedure. The complications from the procedure nearly killed Kathy, and she was rushed to the emergency room in LA after the procedure. After the end of the traumatic ordeal, the comedian then resorted to sharing the post-surgery pictures in her book to warn other women about such procedures that are done improperly, encouraging them to be more careful and cautious. Number 7. Courtney Cox. The Friends star is a fan favorite and was listed as one of the most beautiful people by People's Magazine during her time on Friends. However, the star underwent multiple surgeries for anti-aging throughout the years, although it was not openly admitted by her at the start. Throughout the years, the star's dramatic transformation was then revealed to be regretted, as she resolved to dissolve all the procedures she had gotten done. She realized she needed to stop and that some of the procedures had started to look fake and strange, and now she looks forward to aging gracefully. However, still remains open to non-invasive and non-surgical procedures. Number 8. Linda Evangelista. Evangelista shared the suffering she has experienced and the physical harm that overshadowed her life after she got Cool Sculpting, an FDA-approved fat reduction procedure that has been marketed as an alternative to liposuction, left her brutally disfigured. What she thought was a non-invasive, popular procedure that could help her reduce stubborn fat turned out to be a big nightmare. After undergoing not 1, but 7 Cool Sculpting sessions, she started to notice bulges on her chest which were diagnosed to be paradoxical adipose hyperplasia, something that affects less than 1% of those who undergo Cool Sculpting. Unfortunately, the lumps formed by this problem do not go away on their own, or through diet or exercise. External assistance or operations may be needed to remove these lumps. She filed a lawsuit in September against Cool Sculpting's parent company, Zaltic Aesthetics, for $5 million in damages as she was unable to work. In an interview with People magazine, she shared the struggle she was going through because of this procedure, and how she wanted to hide away from the world because she was embarrassed, but since then has found the courage to share her story for the world to see. Number 9. Roa Kador. Sharing her story on ABC News, the woman wanted a tummy tuck and liposuction. Roa was not made aware of the potential risks involved by her operator, Dr. Amjadi, and instead of being discharged, she was being transferred from one hospital to another. When her friend, a licensed nurse, came across her wound, she was shocked to smell a horrible stench coming from Roa's flesh, as well as blackened skin with pus oozing from other places of the skin. The friend of Kador said the wounds were smelling like dead meat, and the skin looked like someone had eaten it. After many procedures, her wounds were still open, but she felt she was having a mental breakdown, so she was sent back home to take a break from the mental distress. Since then, Roa has been trying to file lawsuits against the professionals involved in the mistreatment of her operation. Number 10. Raji Narenasinghe. An American transgender activist recognized for her acting, singing, and reality TV. Raji, in 2005, got services from O'Neill Ron Norris for injections to feminize her appearance, who had been popular for doing so for many clients at a low price point. He was considered a great alternative until it was revealed his injections consisted of concrete, tire sealant, glue, and mineral oil. Contrary to Raji's beliefs, who thought that they were silicone injections, she started seeing the effects after a few months to understand what she had been injected with was something far more dangerous and toxic than silicone. Her body reacted by swelling and nodule formation where she had gotten the procedure. She got so embarrassed that she hid herself from the world, but eventually, persuaded by a friend to do so, she went to see Dr. John J. Martin, a plastic surgeon. Martin agreed to treat her free of charge and began using the ultrasound treatment method, and since then, Narenasinghe has been on anti-inflammatory drugs for a few years. In 2015, most of the cement had been taken out of her face after she had gone through 4 separate operations within a span of 7 weeks. All of this was recorded in Botched, Season 3 of the E-reality TV show. The moral of this story is not that all cosmetic surgeons are incompetent, but there are great risks that are involved in going under the knife. However, there are indeed several good ones among them. Nevertheless, many credentialing requirements are not always the same in many countries. While aesthetic surgery may improve looks, individuals need to consider whether the risks outweigh the gains. First, ensure that safety is of high priority. Receive all the necessary information as the basis for decision making, and stay open with your surgeon in order to avoid potential mishaps and reach the best result possible. Just bear in mind that beauty is not external. Although changing one's appearance and getting a brand new healthy body is always a good start. Have any other plastic surgery horror stories? Share them below in the comments. Make sure to like, subscribe, and smash that bell icon. Talk to you next time.